there are a lot of Mario games out there, and it's fun to talk about which ones are better than others for different reasons, or for what reasons. And today I thought it'd be fun to sit down and rank the top 10 Mario games. Now, this is strictly my opinion, so keep that in mind. The media can't influence me too much, as I've pretty much played a good chunk of the Mario games, so I think I'm qualified to rank them. Another thing, though, spin-off titles won't count. So Mario Party, Mario Kart, the sports games don't count. It's strictly main series titles. And also, Mario RPG, for example, other games like that, or Luigi's Mansion, don't count. Because it's hard to compare those ones which play so differently to a 2D or 3D one. And also, I will admit I have not played Mario RPG. So, like I said, I've only played a good chunk of them. Well, I'd say most of them, not just a good chunk. But, anywho, there are also 4 games in particular that would qualify as 2D or 3D Mario games I'm also not going to be counting. The first one is Super Mario 64 DS, because that's just a remake of the regular Mario 64. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, because that's just a port of New Super Mario Bros. U. Mario 3D All-Stars, because it's just a collection of 3 3D Mario games. And last but not least, I'm sure a lot of you will disagree with me on this, but I'm not going to be counting the American sequel to the original Mario Bros. And this is because I just don't really see that as an actual Mario game, as it's just a reskin of Doki Doki Panic. And sure, some elements from that game have carried on throughout the Mario games, like Shy Guys, but I still just don't really see it as an original Mario game, and therefore I'm not really going to be counting it on this list. So with that said, let's go. I've decided to put New Super Mario Bros. U at number 10. And I'm sure a lot of you are going to be disagreeing with me on this one. Now, I do think this one does have a couple redeeming qualities. Like, for example, it has both Yoshis and Baby Yoshis, which can allow for a lot of interesting playstyles. It also has probably the most power-ups to date, like the acorn mushroom or the propeller suit, which, I mean, it's only in like 5% of the game, but still, it's nice to see it return. It also has some of the classic Mario power-ups like the Fire Flower and the Ice Flower. And overall, it has some pretty good level design. I will admit, the final boss isn't anything compared to New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but that doesn't really change much in the game. And while, again, comparing it to New Super Mario Bros. Wii, while Boom Boom is definitely not as interesting, or I should say not as fun to fight as the Koopalings twice, it definitely feels less lazy. I do hope the next Mario game, or 2D Mario game I should say, has better boss fights. This one felt a little underwhelming in that area, and let's be honest, we all want to see new and original boss fights again. But there's really not too much to say about this game. I mean, I am criticizing it a lot, but that's just to show you I'm not being biased or anything, as this game was a pretty big part of my childhood. But anyways, let's just move on. I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way. Okay, this is the last New Super Mario Bros. Entrance, I swear. But this game is pretty solid. It also played a pretty big part of my childhood. Well, to be fair, a lot of New Super Mario Bros. Games did, but that's besides the point. This definitely is the best New Super Mario Bros. Game because it has the best level design and has original boss fights. You can't get better than that. Because, let's be honest, we're all tired of fighting the Koopalings 50 million times. But this game has no Koopalings, so that's good. Each world has an original boss fight, and the mid-boss is Bowser Jr. Now that can get tiring after a while, but Bowser Jr. feels pretty unique, and eventually he puts on his mask, so hitting him gets harder. And, let's be honest, again, better than the Koopalings. Each one feels the same. Or each Koopaling feels the same. Okay, I'll stop talking about them now. But anyways, there's actually not much left to say about this game. It's got some pretty good power-ups, like the blue shell and mega mushroom, even though the mega mushroom appeared in like probably 3 levels, unless you bring it in yourself. But with that said, let's just move on. I'm sure you all are tired of hearing me talk about the new Super Mario Bros. Series. Finally, we've gotten to the 3D Mario titles. Anyways, this 3D Mario game played a big role in my childhood. Well, actually, as I keep saying this, I'm starting to think that pretty much every Mario game did, except for maybe a few exceptions. So I'll stop saying that. But hey, this is a pretty good Mario game. Sure, it isn't the best, as it's point A to point B and not multiple stars or missions in each level, but hey, you can't get mad at that. Or I guess you can, but anyways, this Mario game probably has the most power-ups to date. Or at least, actually that's probably not true, but I mean, look at Galaxy. It has pretty good variety of power-ups, but okay. The point I'm trying to make is it has a good variety of power-ups, from the Fire Flower to the Cat Suit to the Boomerang Flower to the Tanuki Leaf to... Okay, I'm blanking, but you get the point I'm trying to make. And I also really like how you can choose your character, who each one has different playstyle. Mario is the most balanced of the bunch. Luigi jumps the highest but falls the fastest. Peach can float in the air but runs the slowest. And Toad runs the fastest but jumps the shortest. Rosalina, I know she can spin, but I don't know what her downside is. Maybe she doesn't have one. I'm not sure. But this is a pretty nice game, and when you finally beat Champion's Road, you feel this kind of feeling inside you that you've conquered it. Or at least that's the feeling I got when I beat it. Not to brag. Just kidding. But anyways, there's not much I have to say about this one, or much left. So, let's move on. Okay, I'll admit I haven't really played this game. I have played it, but I wouldn't say I've given it a thorough playthrough. You know the NES and SNES things on Switch? Well, one day I decided I wanted to play some of the games, and I stumbled upon this one, played it for a few hours, and I never beat it. So, you might be wondering why it's at number 7, but I kind of have to go with the media on this one. From what I did play, I actually really enjoyed the game, and I feel a little skeptical putting it above 3D World, as that's a game I've 100% complete. But you know what? It's not a big deal. It's a pretty good game, and I think it's like really good. That's pretty much it. That is pretty good. I also like how instead of having a final castle at the end of each world, you have an airship. And this game did introduce the Koopalings, as you know, my mortal enemies. Okay, not exactly. At least in this game, they were new. Ironic how they get old in the new Super Mario Bros. Games. But considering I haven't played this game too much, I don't think I'm really qualified to discuss it too much. So, I think it's about time we move on. Again, I don't mean that in a bad way. Yes, Super Mario World. Another game I didn't give a thorough playthrough. I'm sure a lot of you are mad at me for this one. But, I hear a lot of conflicting opinions over whether Mario Bros. 3 or Mario World is better, and considering I haven't played much of either, I'm probably not qualified to decide, but from what I did play of this one, which is probably less than Mario Bros. 3, I did get the sense that I would enjoy this one more. I did the same thing. I stumbled upon it in the SNES thing for the Switch, decided to play it, and I actually can't remember how far I got. I think I got relatively far, but I know I definitely played more of the Mario Bros. 3 game. But with that said, talk about what this game has. It has a nice variety of power-ups, from what I played. Fire Flower, Cape Feather, the Pea Balloon, which is everyone's favorite power-up. I actually haven't used it, but I hear bad things about it. Anyways, I will admit Mario Bros. 3 has better controls. This one feels a little floaty or clunky, I want to say. But I think anyone could really get used to them. And again, one way Mario Bros. 3 could be superior to Mario World, just to show you that, because I haven't given either of these games a thorough playthrough, don't judge me for putting this one ahead. Mario Bros. 3 does have power-ups you can use in the world map to make the Hammer Bros fall asleep, or stuff like that. Whereas this game, you can only hold one power-up, and you don't even get to choose when you use it. It's just given to you when you take damage. So, I don't know. But this one, I think, has more content overall in terms of a variety of power-ups or enemies. I don't know that for sure, though. Again, I'll say this one last time. Keep in mind, I haven't really given either of these games a thorough playthrough. So, a few things I'm saying are based off of what little I did play them. Well, I wouldn't say little, but from what I did. Anyways, that's really all I gotta say about this one. Oh, it has Yoshi. Lots and lots of Yoshi. Yes. Finally, we're at the better Mario games overall. I think Mario Sunshine is a very good Mario game, as it has many great additions, such as the Flood Pack, or that's kind of the main one. You can use it to spray water to clean up Isle Delfino, or you can use it to hover around to get over areas that would kill you, I guess, like lava or spikes. You know the drill. One thing that I didn't really realize until after I had played the game is a lot of the main Mario enemies like Goombas or Koopa Troopas don't really make an appearance in this game. And that's actually completely fine with me. One thing I do like is innovative games, and in terms of enemies, this one is pretty nice. It feels great not having to deal with the same Mario enemies all the time, and while sometimes that can be easy as you know what they're going to do, except for the first Goomba ever seen by you, I guess. Like the original one in Super Mario Bros. That one's probably killed more people than Bowser himself. But with that aside, this is a very innovative game, and I love innovative games. Mario Sunshine is a nice, relaxing game, and when I play it, I just feel relaxed. Part of that's because of the nice, relaxing music and overall environment, I guess. And while that one level in Pianta Village, which I'm sure you all know which one I'm referring to, where you don't have flood and there's lava everywhere, levels like that make me feel stressed out, but hey, you gotta have some of those. One thing I do have a bit of a problem with, though, in this game is kind of the controls almost. Sometimes, like, the moveset is very slick, but sometimes, like, for example, when you use that helmet to swim in Noki Bay, just feels a little bit like, I don't know, the controls are against you, I want to say. And don't get me started on the pachinko machine. I have a hard time saying that one. The pachinko machine feels like it was made in 5 minutes. It's a vertically based pinball machine, which that alone should deter people. I hope I used that word right. But anyways, it's constantly pulling Mario to the center of the stage, which I find to be really odd. If I jump to the left while I'm on the left side, I'll be pulled to the right. And also, you have to collect 8 red coins without dying. That alone. Most of the red coin missions in Mario games aren't too bad, but some are just insane. And the pachinko machine is definitely one of them. And I can't tell you how many game overs I got on that one. And then even after you get all the red coins, you still have to go back and get the shine. And another thing I don't like is Crystal Mountain. There's nothing in particular I have a problem with, it just doesn't really feel like a final Bowser level. There's not really much build-up, and it seems almost too easy, and the part with the boat is really slow. And the reason I'm critiquing this game so much is to basically tell you why it's not higher on the list. But, you know what? Let's move on to the next Mario game. To be honest, I'm a little surprised I decided to put this one at number 4 on the list. Mario 64 is a very solid Mario game, and when I was playing through it, I will admit I wasn't the biggest fan. I had a hard time with the controls, to be quite honest with you. I found that I was never really in full control of Mario. Like, sometimes I would go to punch something, but I'd dive instead, or vice versa. It just felt a little clunky to me. I'm sure part of it is just because I didn't really play this game in my childhood and rather played it in the Switch version for 3D All-Stars. This could maybe be it. I haven't really had a lot of my life to get used to these controls, but I still don't like them nonetheless. But I honestly was probably going to put this one at number 5 on the list because I thought I preferred Sunshine, but when I really thought about it, I think Mario 64 has more innovative and just better levels. I find I have a bit more fun playing Mario 64, and it's frankly a great Mario game. I know a lot of you would probably think I should put this at number 2 or 1, but I just can't. I mean, I'm still placing it fairly high on the list, but I just can't really get into this one as much as I can with the top 3. And that's why this one's at number 4. One reason, though, why I personally found this one to be better than Sunshine is it actually had power-ups. Sure, Sunshine had the turbo and rocket nozzle, but this one has more power-ups that are more useful, such as the metal cap, invisicap, and the wing cap. Sorry, I blanked on that one. These 3 power-ups, the wing cap kind of sucks, but the other 2 are pretty good. Well, Metal Mario also kind of sucks. Okay, they kind of suck, but at least they're interesting. The Invisicap is pretty good, though. So, yeah, that's really all I gotta say about this one. It's a pretty solid Mario game, and I'm glad I did give it a playthrough at some point in my life. Yes, Mario Galaxy. I could go back to this game any day of the week. This game is simply a masterpiece, and not just for Mario standards, for all video game standards. And this is only number 3. Or number 3 on the list, I should say. Let's just start with the obvious. The music slaps. I don't know if any Mario game will ever beat out this soundtrack. Although, to be fair, I think this one's probably tied with Galaxy 2. But that's not the point. You can't really base how good a game is off of its music. I mean, it sure helps, but you can't really just base it off of that. So let's just talk about the content now. First of all, let's just talk about the basic idea of the game. Mario goes to outer space to stop Bowser from creating a galactic empire. That's probably the best base idea for any Mario game out there. In some ways, this is probably my favorite Mario game, but I can't really. It's not actually my favorite, but it's pretty darn close. But yeah, one thing I absolutely love about the game and wish was in more Mario games was the varying gravity. It can go from just being normal to being attracting you to a planet, or sometimes 1 minute you're on the ground and then the next you're on the roof. It's that crazy. Or on the ceiling. You know what I meant. But yeah, this game, a true masterpiece in my eyes. And it was so ahead of its time when you really think about it. Or at least I think it was. And sure, Mario did lose a lot of his old moves, like the dive, which is the main one. But I've never really had a moment where I went, oh man, I wish I could dive right now. Like the spin kind of covers it, and Mario has all of his main moves really, like the long jump and side flip, or even the triple jump. So, yeah. I think this is a really solid Mario game. And I can't wait to talk about number 2. Yes, Mario Galaxy 2 is ironically at number 2. The reason it's called Mario Galaxy 2 is because it's the second best Mario game. Okay, not actually. Obviously, it's not. Before I did say that I think Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 are tied for best soundtrack, but this one's probably better, to be honest. Even just Sky Station, which is playing right now, I'm sure you can tell, is phenomenal. I really wish the orchestra was used for more Mario games. It's kind of upsetting that it's not. But, you know what? It's not a big deal, because music doesn't make the game. Mario Galaxy 2, I think, is better than Galaxy 1, just because it just had more content. Like, it had Yoshi, the Cloud Flower, and the Rock Mushroom. So, yeah. Great game. And sure, it got rid of the Ice Flower and Red Star, but the Red Star is probably known about by like 5 people, and the Ice Flower isn't a big deal. I can live without it. Especially it means being able to break the game with the Cloud Flower. I will admit the Rock Mushroom isn't the best, but hey, it's a new power-up, I'll take it. And overall, I just think each level was just more vibrant and opening. Like, take Throwback Galaxy, for instance. Sure, that's not an original Galaxy, as it's literally just ripped out of Mario 64, but that was the point. And can I just say, the music in that Galaxy, fantastic. I dare you not to hum it while it's playing. But that's not the point. In case you couldn't tell, I really like the music in these games. But just take Throwback Galaxy. The idea for that alone, taking a Mario 64 level and putting it into this game with epic music, it just shows how much thought Nintendo put into this game. And I could go back to this one any day of the week too. I actually just 100% the game recently, and let me tell you, it was definitely worth it. And I'm gonna miss this game. Sure, I'll probably go back to it someday, but for now, I'll miss it. Anyways, I'm sure you're all waiting to find out what number 1 is, so I won't keep you in suspense any longer. Unless, of course, you skipped ahead to see what it was. At number 1, we have Super Mario Odyssey. Are any of you really surprised that this game is number 1? I mean, it's fantastic. It beats out Galaxy by a landslide. Okay, maybe not by that much. I still like Galaxy a lot. But just think about it. Like, this game had so much put into it. Like, it had a variety of kingdoms to explore, and you could do so much in them. Like, there's 999 moons to collect, and that's absurd. I mean that in a very good way. I personally haven't 100% the game, but I have beat the darker side, and I honestly just think that this game is phenomenal. I know there hasn't been a confirmed sequel, but I sure as heck would love to see one. This is Mario at his finest. After years of not really having a real 3D Mario game, 3D Land and 3D World don't really count too much. Like, they kind of feel like their own thing, but we hadn't had one in years. Like, there was a 7-year gap between Galaxy 2 and Odyssey. And this game lets you know that Mario is definitely back. He's made his comeback, and the Switch, I don't really know where I was going with that, but it doesn't matter. Mario can just do so much in this game. It's unreal. They brought back the entire moveset while also adding a few new ones. And it's great. That's really all I can sum it up as, is great. I could go back to this game any hour of the day. With Galaxy, it's any day of the week. This is any hour of the day. And you know what? I probably discover something new every time I go back. I just, out of words to say, this game just blows me away. And I just really like it. And also, my last point, it's not a big one, but like me, if you're tired of seeing Mario in his plain old red hat, blue overalls, well, this game fixes that, as you can play dress up with Mario. So, yeah, it's great, because, Mario has returning outfits, like his Builder Mario or NES Open Tournament one, or, then he has, completely new ones, he has the... he has, the zombie or Santa outfit. And then he has outfits that reference other Mario characters, like a Luigi Waluigi one. I said that pretty fast, didn't I? And it doesn't matter. You guys understand me just fine. If you're watching with subtitles on. Anyways, I won't go on about this anymore. I honestly would recommend this game to anyone, though. It's amazing. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Mamma mia, there's a lot of Mario games. And I'm sure a lot of you would agree with me that Odyssey is probably the best. But before you go, please listen to me for a sec. This is my first ever YouTube video. If you're watching this way into the future, where hopefully I'm famous or something, probably not. I'm not that good. If you are watching this in the future, then you probably don't need to watch this. But if you are watching this within this being uploaded recently, then I would like to tell you that as of right now, I'm looking at YouTube as a hobby, as I don't have a lot of time to upload, so I'll upload whenever I can. But as of right now, I'm not taking it super serious. And I hope I can have fun doing it. I hope you guys enjoy my content. But this is just as of right now. And I'm sure a lot of YouTubers start off just kind of doing it as a hobby until it can take off. And I don't want to take it too seriously until I know I'm established as a YouTuber, because, I don't want to take having 53 subscribers too seriously. Which, as of uploading this, because this is my first video, obviously I have 0, but you get the point I'm trying to make. So anyways, I won't talk your ear off anymore. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe if you want to see more of this. Alright, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.